From the Gateway in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, this is Devotion Championship Wrestling. Hello, folks. Lauren Gardner here, the Cicerone, calling the action on today's episode. In our main event, it's a title versus title match as William Cutting and Brother Chatwin put both of their respective titles on the line. One of them leaving tonight as DCW's first unified champion. But first, Manny Lemons takes on the Butcher Shop's Lucas. Last week, during the Andrew Sowell Legitimate Championship celebration, Andrew Sowell took time to bask in his adulation or lack thereof from the devoted faithful, claiming that he had beat everyone to earn that, but one man had something to say about that claim. Having never beaten Manny Lemons, Lemons challenged him for the title. In fact, Lemons went as far as to tell Sowell to choose anyone he wanted as a qualifying match. But still, Andrew Sowell declined. Despite his protestations, Big Papa Rob stepped into the ring and said that is exactly what was going to happen. So right now we go to the ring as Andrew Sowell has chosen Lucas as Manny Lemons' qualifying opponent for the DCW Heavyweight Championship. It's Manny Lemons taking on Lucas. If Lemons can beat Lucas, he will then get the opportunity to take on Andrew Sowell and reclaim a title that he has not only held multiple times, but a title that would not exist if it weren't for him. Our referee, Chris Harmon, has called for the bell, and right off the bat, Lucas comes charging in, pushing Manny into the corner. Along with Lucas is his partner of the Butcher Shop, Steel. Lemons comes down with a big jump right on top of Lucas in the corner, whips Lucas into the corner, goes in with another big splash. Lemons lines up his shot, ducks a roundhouse, comes off the ropes and hits Lucas with the best flying shoulder tackle in all professional wrestling. You can quote me. Pitching Lucas, who gets hung up on the rope and then out of the ring. This tenderfoot is getting a quick lesson in what it means to take on Impact's own Manny Lemons. A knee right to Lemons' gut. As Lucas has not slowed down, a lot of times someone gets pitched out of the ring, they take some time, collect themselves. Lucas with a game of tit for tat going on as he has pitched Manny out on the far side of the ring. Just as I mentioned, it's not necessarily a race. It's a war of attrition. Manny Lemons, the veteran, the journeyman, he understands that. Takes some time to collect himself. Meanwhile, Lucas stalks Lemons, eyeing him from the ring, and Steel directing traffic, coaching Lucas, while we will see the leader of the Butcher Shop later tonight. No doubt he is strategizing backstage in the locker room. Oh, yep, you can pull Cutting out of the equation, but what he's taught to his Butcher Shop will remain. Steel now taking the place that would normally be filled by the cheating Cutting, now just wrenching on that neck. Lemons, who has had a neck injury in the past, dealing with now a tender neck nonetheless. And of course, Lucas doing what he was told, which was to engage the official. With a 3 count administered, he had 2 more to go. Oh my, the sheer power of Lucas. It's frightening, There doesn't have to be finesse. Let me correct myself. There doesn't have to be finesse. You don't need to be a suave tactician in the ring when you've got the power that Lucas does, and it is just downright scary. Looking for a suplex, but it's blocked and reversed by Lemons. Beautifully done And that's what it takes when you've got an opponent who is so much bigger than you. Lemons picking and choosing his attacks, not exerting more than he needs to. Both competitors slowly rolling too. One out of a devastating impact, the other, no doubt, nursing a tender neck. Lemons pops too and puts down Lucas. A second time with a Stan Hansen Larry, a third, and down goes the big lumberjack. Manny is calling for the lemon drop. He goes in, picks up Lucas, but Lucas scrambles out, pushes, rebounds, and takes Lemons down out of sheer force. Now scooping up Lemons. Oh no. The timber brings him down, goes for the cover. 2. Lemons gets a shoulder up. This match is not over yet. And neither is Lemons' shot at the DCW Heavyweight Championship. No doubt in my mind right now, Andrew Sowell is watching this match closely, biting his nails, sweating profusely. He might also be worried about the match too. Lucas with Lemons' neck against the bottom turnbuckle gets a count and a warning from referee Chris Harmon. Lucas comes back in as Lemons gets to his feet. Lemons trying to hold his position, is whipped into the corner, viciously hitting the turnbuckle and gets out of the way, goes for the schoolboy. 1, 2, that's it, folks, that's it! Manny Lemons is going to take on Andrew Sowell.
Winner, Manny Lemons.
Beautifully done. That's how you do it, folks. Manny Lemons. You're not going to pull one over on him, Andrew Sowell. I don't care who you pick. He is the man, he is the brand, the king of this lemonade stand. Don't go anywhere, folks. Still to come, tonight's main event, title versus title for DCW's first unified champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Leo Wolf, a special announcement from Psycho.
Welcome back, folks. A man we are all too familiar with. A man who has undergone quite the genesis of a career, transforming from what appeared to be a face-painted fool to a very serious man who is all business.
Listen, you may have noticed that my client Leo Wolf is not here by my side here today. That is because he still has not received his rematch for the DCW Utah State Television Championship.
This again?
So he sits at home in protest over not getting his rematch.
Protest all he wants.
I don't know how long he's going to sit out. I wish I had faith in the bumbling buffoons that run this place, that they're going to come to their senses. But if the past is any indication, I'm not holding my breath. So that begs the question. I'm not one to wait around. So maybe I need to start looking for a new client to add to my book of business, or maybe several new clients.
Now this is interesting.
But who should I give an offer to?
This is interesting. Psycho, who is always looking to find that next star, albeit of a particular type. See some hands raised out there.
Excuse me, do you need to use the restroom or something? Hey, why don't you get in the ring so everybody can hear you?
All right. I guess. Is that Lee? Lee's getting into the ring.
All right, Psycho. You need a client? Because I've got some business to take care of in this company, and I've seen what you do, and I've seen the success that you have. So I'd like to offer my services to be your new client, to be in this ring with you in my corner.
Excuse me, but who the hell are you?
I'm Lee Brisebois. You and I have known each other quite a while, Psycho. I know what you can do, and you know what I can do.
So you think that you have what it takes to be my client?
I know I have what it takes to be your client.
A bold statement coming from Lee.
There's one way to find out.
Oh, I guess. Oh, that's one hell of a litmus test. Voight comp test it. I don't think anyone would survive.
Like I was saying, I need a new client. Just maybe not this guy.
Well, if that's how you're testing out new clients, you can count me out. I'm sorry, Psycho. I'm not gonna find many Oh, come on now. Hasn't Lee had enough? He's always getting the short end of the stick here. Getting beat up in front of everybody. Come on, Psycho. You've been beat up before. You've been laughed at and teased. Why you gotta do that? Come on. Finally, senior official out here, Chris Harmon, to break things up. Is this the last we've seen of Leo Wolf as he doth protest so much? And meanwhile, Psycho looking to get behind and support someone who can live up to his standards. Speaking of standards, it's gold that's on the line coming up next. Right now, let's go backstage with one of the participants, the core champion, Brother Chatwin, as he's preparing for the main event.
Muitas lojas numa grande loja. Brazos e brazos.
become too routine. He's tired of his job.
I've been carrying you and this company for years, and I had enough.
His wife.
God's sakes, Jennifer. Jeez.
Himself. He dreams of getting away from it all. Sometimes dreams can turn into a real nightmare.
The impetus for tonight's main event all started last week when Brother Chatwin and William Cutting were teamed up to take on the newly formed and returned to DCW team of the Three Ring Circus. Right from the get-go, William Cutting and Brother Chatwin, although being able to see eye to eye, were not on the same page. Mr. Happy and Monster 9 repeatedly beat each team member as they tagged their partner in to face their opponents. It didn't seem that Cutting or Chatwin were going to have a chance, until Chatwin was able to get the upper hand, but was undercut by Cutting himself. That failed attempt to capitalize led to the near destruction of Brother Chatwin. However, Cutting came in with the chair and took out the Monster 9, disqualifying himself and Brother Chatwin. The two had finally had enough, and after being disqualified, went at it. Leading up to tonight in our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is a title versus title match. The winner takes all and is scheduled for one fall.
Right off the bat, Kid Ref, who came out with Brother Chatwin, starting shenanigans outside the ring. And did we all know what that sound means? It's the Sheriff, Big Papa Rob. He's coming to clean house, I can imagine, because it is filthy. Referee Chris Harmon is not okay and is finally going to put a stop to the shenanigans, always following the prophets of destruction. Attaboy, Papa Rob. Make him go out and pick his own switch. Well, with those housekeeping duties taken care of, referee Chris Harmon sets the stage and calls for the bell. It is on. No doubt William Cutting is happy to see Kid Ref taken out of the equation. Ooh. Chatwin raising the stakes by making the first move. Oh! And a stiff strike from William Cutting ignites things, and the two go back and forth. Cutting hits Chatwin on the rebound off the ropes. Whips Chatwin, looks for a drop kick. Chatwin sees it coming and puts on the brakes, goes for the cover. Cutting kicks out at 2. Chatwin up to his feet, rushes in, and shoulder sleds Cutting right in the guts. Chris Harmon giving a count to get out of the ring. Chatwin whips Cutting off the ropes, looks for a Flying back elbow, Cutting sees it coming, gets out of the way, and Chatwin takes a minute to strategize and rethink his game plan. No doubt in my mind, he and Kid Ref had something planned, but with him taken out, he's gonna have to rethink his attack plan altogether. Up now to a 5 count from referee Chris Harmon. Unlike international wrestling, there's only a 10 count, not a 20 here. In he comes. And we start back at ground zero. Kick to the thigh and a hammer strike to the back of the neck. Puts Cutting on his knees. Chatwin, who was at a loss for words without his mouthpiece, the MK Bandit, prior to the match. But he is full of vitriol right now, and William Cutting is feeling it. Oh my goodness, that's gonna bruise a coccyx at least. Baseball slide lariat, goes for the cover. Chatwin kicks out, Cutting upset. Can't be that upset though. A great strike, but a lackadaisical pin attempt. Cutting slams, Chatwin down and brings an elevated knee drop right into his throat. Oh goodness, that's hard to watch. Cutting not averse to dealing out pain and no stranger to pain himself. Now putting in one of the Butcher's hooks. He's got them both in. Cutting, a sadist and a masochist wrapped into one. The man is all about pain, and there's nothing more painful than a separated shoulders. Cutting looks to separate that of Chatwin's. Chatwin's able to turn it into a pin attempt. Cutting forced to break, shoulder lock attempt, and now things are getting biblical in the ring as Chatwin rains a fury of wrath upon Cutting. So wrapped up in his rage, barking at the senior referee. A knee to the guts. Cutting tripped by Chatwin. Looks to come back, but is taken down twice. First with a lariat, then with a sidestep elbow, and another lariat. Chatwin goes for the cover. 2, no. This match continues. And right now, I gotta tell you, Brother Chatwin is on point. I've seen him angry before, but this is a whole level. This is the Chatwin we saw when he had to fight Brother Austin. This is the Chatwin that is possessed. The Butcher's hooks back in again. Cutting, looking to drop, and he does. The Butcher's drop, goes for the cover. Chatwin kicks out. For every step that Cutting takes forward in this match, Chatwin is able to push him back 3 steps more. Our champion said something last week that has really stuck with me. He said, what a difference a year makes. Shades of the original Butcher Shop, but the two take each other out. As Andrew Sowell said last week during his celebration, what a difference a year makes. And we think back to where these two were just a year ago. Brother Chatwin had just barely joined up with the Prophets of Destruction. William Cutting was still paired up as part of group therapy. Neither of them had been singles champions. And now the two literally trading blows to become the first unified champion in DCW history. Chatwin with a beautiful belly-to-back suplex. Crawling into position, goes for the pinfall. No! I held my breath on that one. Cutting gets his shoulder up. This match continues, and the furious wrath, rage, and anger of Brother Chatwin may have reached its steeple point, as he now has him into a cross shoulder lock, looking to baptize him in pain, but no, Cutting reverses and puts him into the self-harm. A finishing submission maneuver that we have not seen from Cutting in quite a while. Referee Chris Harmon checks. He does not submit. Chatwin is tied up. He has tied up his face, clearly losing oxygen, being carried to his brain by lack of blood flow. You can see his face reddening. I think he's out. That's it, folks. That's it. William Cutting makes good on all of his promises.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still Utah State Television Champion and your new DCW Core Champion, William Cutting.
History made in front of our eyes here tonight at the Gateway. Incredible. Our first unified champion. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of DCW and Death Ray Media, I'm Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone. Until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.